What's up, everybody? This is Nick, and you're joining us once again for Micro Mini Lightning Newscast, a newscast where we bring you news in 10 minutes, news that you can use, the only news you need. And as always, I'm joined by my friend and co-host.
This is Eric.
And Eric, today we are talking about heroes and a few zeros, and we're going to go one way or another.
Yeah.
And we're going to let the audience decide.
Okay.
Which is which.
Oh, okay.
And as always, we are joined by a true hero, one that no one needs to judge.
Okay.
It's the guest star Death Star. As always,
So,
we put 10 minutes on it.
The Death Star is a hero?
It is a hero to us all in the hearts of people. 3, 2, 1. Eric, hit us with that first story.
Well, our first story is, I gotta say, the epitome of a zero. And the zero is, if you haven't heard
Whoa, sir. We do not bring personal opinions into this.
Okay. No, well, yeah, we do.
The audience needs to decide for themselves.
Disregard what I just said. So here we go. I can't read anything that doesn't already imply that he's a zero. All right. A man, that's a tough one too. That implies he's a man, that he has any kind of integrity. A person, a human being that has been alive for 30 years, who lived with his parents, has been told to move out. And in fact, he lost a court case. This 30-year-old human lost a court case in the state Supreme Court. The Justice Donald Greenwood was told to move out of his parents' house after living there rent-free for 8 years. Sorry, 8 years. So this is a Syracuse Post standard report. Yeah, so I don't know what your definition of hero is or zero is, but Nick, what do you think of this?
Well, my friend, I have heard some, things about this gentleman. He is in a custody battle.
Yes,
he is struggling to do some things, and I also understand he's a millennial. That's an exact quote, an interview that he was on CNN.
Yes,
his last words, his battle cry was, "I'm a millennial."
I'm a millennial. It was a very well. I got the words I want to use will hint at what I believe this man is. So there's a lot of words I'm not allowed to say because it will cause our listeners to lean towards my side. Nick,
is it a word that rhymes with hero?
Sure.
Well,
but you should. I mean, if you have a chance, go to YouTube, and if you like videos that make you feel uncomfortable in some manner, good or bad, watch this video. Nick?
Well, this gentleman, he lived with his parents for 8 years.
8 years, yes.
It's been a struggle. The parents finally took him to court. He is actually moving out of his family's house this Friday.
Okay.
As of, what will that be, June 1st, this man is moving out of, the plan is to move out of his house. He's having trouble. Recent reports tell that he's having trouble, cleaning up his messy room.
Okay.
You gather 8 years of stuff, you're gonna, as a millennial, you're gonna have to throw it someplace, and he threw it apparently all over the room.
So Nick, you can't say those things because that inclines that you think he is a zero, and you wanted this to be a neutral podcast where we let our listeners decide.
I have not said either way. Now, continuing my report, sir, as we have, been keeping tabs on this situation, as much as possible. We've had Jimmy on the street, living on the street. This gentleman plans to put all of his belongings. He said this is the hard part. Put all of his belongings into a storage area.
Okay.
Like one of those storage units. And then he's said the easy part's just going to be finding a long-term place to stay.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, man.
Someplace with a roof and the internet is what he has said.
Is that really the quote?
That's the two things he's looking for. Oh, and inexpensive. A roof, inexpensive, and the internet.
Okay.
So if anyone out there knows of a place that meets all of these requirements, please contact Mr. Rotondo and let him know.
Yeah.
Because
He's just needing a place to stay.
Yeah,
I mean, don't worry. He doesn't have a job either.
Well, he doesn't have a job, but he has some stuff, in the works.
Apparently, there's a lot of stuff.
It's not going to happen overnight, but it's coming, Eric. So stop expecting it to happen immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
But you want to know something that happened immediately? Moving on to another one, there is someone that showed that sometimes it's okay not to be ashamed. As a woman, and I'm not going to use any kind of descriptions, but as a woman sat near a pool, and this is once again for the audience this video has gone viral, but the audience needs to decide for themselves, Eric.
Okay.
This woman shaved her legs in a crowded pool in Florida. She had no shame. She just kept going. And in the end, she got clean legs. But the video is her sitting on the edge in the shallow end of the pool, just, cleaning off those whiskers.
Just keep making those legs nice and smooth.
Yeah, I mean, she's just taking care of business as kids float by and as they're in the pool. She's just going to town on it. She's got a razor. This woman is just kind of doing her own thing, Eric.
I went swimming this past weekend, for a couple hours, 6 hours or so, 2 different days. And as I swim, as you do, a little water gets in your mouth. Can't imagine how I would feel getting a hairy mouthful of water. Not judging, just saying, I personally wouldn't be a fan of that.
Well, as I threw up a little in my mouth there. But you have to admire the resolve it takes and the just lack of caring what anybody thinks to do this sort of thing on the edge of the pool while your kids are probably in that pool.
Yeah, I mean, I've never shaved my legs. I've shaved my face. I've had to shave some other parts of my body due to surgeries and stuff. But I've never shaved my legs. And I know when I've shaved my face, I've nicked myself before. And I have bled.
What do you mean? I wasn't there.
I slightly cut myself.
Oh, nicked yourself. Gotcha.
Yes.
Why didn't you just say so?
Oh, sorry, sir. And blood would dribble down, and that would go into the pool. Though there's chlorine, and hopefully it's a clean pool. That's still very, very unsanitary, I will say.
True, but on the other side, blood contains iron, and maybe you're just helping the kids get their iron for the day. And fiber from protein.
Stop it. Oh, my gosh.
And
did you see where this happened at? I'm glad I don't recognize this pool.
No, they said that they can't. The video does not identify where this is happening, but it is in Florida, is all they say.
Oh my, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. All right, moving on from these, I don't know, Hero Zeros, your choice on that one.
Hero Zeros, your choice.
What's our next one?
Well, Eric, there is a gentleman who's been all over the news who climbed, he's a French, this happened in France, but he climbed the outside of a building to save a child.
Aww.
He scaled this 22-year-old, and I am going to try to pronounce this name. Mamoudou Gassama.
You got it.
I kind of figured I would. But there was a child dangling over the sidewalk in this apartment complex, and there's video of this. This man scales the outside of this apartment complex to get up there and grab this child. And
yes, I saw the video. This is pretty crazy.
did you say that this gentleman, he had, or this child had already fallen 2 stories?
Yeah, I heard he had fallen 2 stories by the time he got to him, and had grabbed on or something like that. I had heard. I know a little bit more to this story than that. Also, it seems that they never identified the parents of the child. The mother was apparently out of the country, and the father was watching the 4-year-old child, and decided to go shopping at the store for some food, and took his time coming back because he was playing Pokemon Go. And I guess returned home to the scene, and yep. And so this, if you see the video, this man is scaling the side of that building. There's another man holding the kid on, but there's a divider between the balconies, and he felt unsafe, unable to grab the kid safely. So he just held his arms down until the man could get up to him to get him safe.
Now, there's some cool things that came out of this. This man is a mammalian immigrant.
Yeah.
And he is now being offered citizenship, full citizenship in
France.
In France. And also he has been offered a job with the fire brigade.
That's pretty cool. Don't know if he needs a job. I think he could do a little bit better now.
Well, I mean, it's just a really kind of neat thing that he did. And I can't say, one side or the other, but the audience can obviously choose what they believe he is. So, Eric, any final thoughts?
No, you guys make a decision on which of those is a hero and which of those is a zero. That's your choice, apparently. Let us know. Go to Facebook and comment on this episode, and we will...
Where can they find us to comment more places?
Well, you can find us on Facebook. You can comment on this episode on whether you think any of those peoples are heroes or zeros. And you can also find us on YouTube. You can tweet us at Pull Up a Chair Pod, and you can find us on every podcasting app that we could get our grubby little mitts into. Where else can you find us? At our own personal website, puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website. And that's how you can get a hold of us. Any of those will do.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us. As always, we know that in your hearts that we are the heroes that you need to bring you the news. And you have yourself a great day.
Bye.